Welcome to Montevideo, the capital and largest city of Uruguay. According to the 2011 census, the city proper has a population of 1,319,108, about one-third of the country's total population, in an area of 201 square kilometers, 78 square miles. Kindly subscribe to this channel and share this video to everyone. Montevideo is situated on the southern coast of the country, on the northeastern bank of the Rio de la Plata. The city was established in 1724 by a Spanish soldier, Bruno Mauricio de Zabala, as a strategic move amidst the Spanish-Portuguese dispute over the Platine region. It was also under brief British rule in 1807, but eventually the city was retaken by Spanish criollos who defeated the British invasions of the River Plate. Montevideo is the seat of the administrative headquarters of Mercosur and ELADI, Latin America's leading trade blocs, a position that entailed comparisons to the role of Brussels in Europe. The 2019 Mercer's Report on Quality of Life rated Montevideo first in Latin America, a rank the city has consistently held since 2005. As of 2010, Montevideo was the 19th largest city economy in the continent and 9th highest income earner among major cities. In 2022, it has a projected GDP of $53.9 billion, with a per capita of $30,148. In 2018, it was classified as a Beta Global City, ranking 8th in Latin America and 84th in the world. Montevideo hosted every match during the first FIFA World Cup, in 1930. Described as a vibrant, eclectic place with a rich cultural life, and a thriving tech center and entrepreneurial culture, Montevideo ranked 8th in Latin America on the 2013 MasterCard Global Destination Cities Index. The city has preserved European architecture, being considered one of the cities with the most Art Deco influence. It is the hub of commerce and higher education in Uruguay as well as its chief port. The city is also the financial hub of Uruguay and the cultural anchor of a metropolitan area with a population of around 2 million. The 2002 Uruguay banking crisis affected several industries of Montevideo. In 2017, the city has maintained 15 years of economic growth, with a GDP of $44 billion, and a GDP per capita of $25,900. Montevideo has consistently been rated as having the highest quality of life of any city in Latin America. By 2015 it held this rank every year during the decade through 2014. Montevideo has a humid subtropical climate, CFA, according to the Köppen climate classification. Being in a middle latitude, the city experiences the 4 seasons. It has cool winters, June to August, warm to hot summers, December to February, mild autumns, March to May, and volatile springs, September to November. The climate is characterized by having mild temperatures, without harsh cold or extreme heat. There are numerous thunderstorms but no tropical cyclones. Rainfall is regular and evenly spread throughout the year, reaching around 950 millimeters. Between 1680 and 1683, Portugal founded the city of Colonia do Sacramento in the region across the bay from Buenos Aires. This city met with no resistance from the Spanish until 1723, when they began to place fortifications on the elevations around Montevideo Bay. On November 22, 1723, Field Marshal Manuel de Freitas de Fonseca of Portugal built the Montevideo fort. A Spanish expedition was sent from Buenos Aires, organized by the Spanish governor of that city, Bruno Mauricio de Zabala. On January 22, 1724, the Spanish forced the Portuguese to abandon the location and started populating the city, initially with 6 families moving in from Buenos Aires and soon thereafter by families arriving from the Canary Islands who were known as Guanches or Canarians. There was also one significant early Italian resident by the name of Jorge Bergs. On February 3, 1807, British troops under the command of General Samuel Auchmuty and Admiral Charles Stirling occupied the city during the Battle of Montevideo, 1807, but it was recaptured by the Spanish in the same year on September 2 when John Whitelock was forced to surrender to troops formed by forces of the Banda Oriental, roughly the same area as modern Uruguay, and of Buenos Aires. After this conflict, the governor of Montevideo Francisco Javier de Elio opposed the new viceroy Santiago de Liniers, and created a government junta when the Peninsular War started in Spain, in defiance of Liniers. Elio disestablished the junta when Liniers was replaced by Baltasar Hidalgo de Cisneros. In the early 20th century, many Europeans, particularly Spaniards and Italians but also thousands from Central Europe, immigrated to the city. In 1908, 30% of the city's population of 300,000 was foreign-born. In that decade the city expanded quickly, new neighborhoods were created and many separate settlements were annexed to the city, among which were the Villa del Cerro, Positos, the Prado and Villa Colón. The Rodo Park and the Estadio Gran Parque Central were also established, which served as poles of urban development. During World War II, a famous incident involving the German cruiser Admiral Graf Spee took place in Punta del Este, 200 kilometers, 120 miles, from Montevideo. After the Battle of the River Plate with the Royal Navy and Royal New Zealand Navy on December 13, 1939, the Graf Spee retreated to Montevideo's port, which was considered neutral at the time. To avoid risking the crew in what he thought would be a losing battle, Captain Hans Langsdorff scuttled the ship on December 17. Langsdorff committed suicide 2 days later. The eagle figurehead of the Graf Spee was salvaged on February 10, 2006, to protect the feelings of those still sensitive to Nazi Germany. The swastika on the figurehead was covered as it was pulled from the water. The architecture of Montevideo ranges from neoclassical buildings such as the Montevideo Metropolitan Cathedral to the late modern style of the World Trade Center Montevideo or the 158-meter, 518 feet, Antel telecommunication tower. Kindly subscribe to this channel and share this video to everyone.